Irma, 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 Irma.
What?
Hi. What is up, you guys? Welcome back to another episode. And I'm hella hungover.
Dude,
right now.
We are dying right now, not gonna lie. I'm even surprised that we're in this office filming right now. We are both so exhausted. And I would say Danny is probably more exhausted than me. But regardless of the case though, since Vegas just happened, we are just trying to recover. I feel like we've barely been getting any sleep and it's just been chaotic. So
Yes, if you guys
bear
can
with
notice,
us.
my voice is literally like gone. Girl, I was smoking up those churros every fucking hour in fucking Vegas. It was just so much fun, you guys. Like, let me give you guys a little bit of a recap of what happened in Vegas, because I know you motherfucking chismosos are gonna go ahead and ask us in the comments down below.
Yes.
But we left on Fridays, and of course, Miss Munchies ended up coming with us. I had such an amazing trip, not gonna lie.
Dude, and it was her first trip also with Mr. Munchies, and this was literally an amazing trip that they decided to go on because everybody was just having a lit ass time. Everybody was drinking it up. We had a little experience with the casinos, with the clubbing and everything. And whenever we go to Vegas, you guys, you can't never pass on Senor Frogs. Like,
Yes.
Senor Frogs is actually really, really lit. A lot of people are saying like, oh my God, it's ghetto. Oh my God, it's like so basic, but it's
realistically,
not.
there's not a lot of other Latino
There isn't.
clubs in Vegas. I have noticed that Vegas is very kind of, if you really think about it, towards like white people and tourists. So there's not gonna be a lot of like Mexican stuff. There's also not gonna be a lot of LGBTQ friendly stuff there. Yeah, there's like drag shows, but there's just like one or two drag shows, and then
it's in
you
the
know that there's a
mornings.
big RuPaul drag show. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I feel like Vegas itself is just fun because you got to drink whenever, however, like nobody
And
judges
with the
because everyone's
amazing
already
group.
drunk. As long as you're there to drink, that's
and have
all.
fun.
Yes.
And you go to with the right group. This time we ended up going with 13 of us, guys. I feel like the bigger the group, the better it is because it's just so much fun, so much
Yeah.
personalities here and there, and like honestly,
Like there's just a party everywhere you
Yes,
look.
It
Yeah.
really is, dude. And honestly, it was actually a lot cheaper if you do it in bigger groups. For example, like if you do a party bus, or if you guys want to do like a limo instead of just
Yes.
getting like individual taxis. I feel like that is such a vibe because obviously you could bring in your drink with you in the fucking like party bus or in the limo and shit. So that's definitely a fucking vibe. I will say this Irma this time did not last. She was not a champion
Personally,
for the second night.
I don't even know how Irma, even in the second night herself, decided, hey, you know what? Let me get fucked up in mimosas. I know that's the
Dude.
number one rule that I have on my fucking list is not to get drunk on mimosas
Yes.
because I will be out the rest of the day. Mimosas knock me
No,
out.
they do. And they fucked me up so bad. Because, so mind you guys, the next day, which was on Saturday, we went to brunch at 2 o'clock. When there's mimosas and it's free bottles, bitch, mind you, it's 3 free bottles for each table. And so me and my 2 other friends, we literally decided to like each basically finish a bottle, dude. And when I would make my mimosa, like, yeah, I would make it like a mimosa, but I would chug it. Instead of disfrutándole, chug, 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 chug. So eventually we ended up finishing the bottles. And then after that, I still had a drink that Alan and Danny ended up giving me because they didn't like it. So I literally was drinking that. We went up to the hotel room, chugged that. And then I ended up having a beer on the way to when we were going to get tattoos. And then we came back from the tattoos because we didn't end up getting them. We ended up going to this cute little like Subway New York vibe, like kind of bar. And we decided to order some espresso martinis.
Honestly, I
So-
had to low-key because I haven't had an espresso
Dude,
martini
it
in
was
a
fire
fat
as
ass
fuck.
minute.
It was fire.
And it was so good. It was really cold.
Very very, dude.
Very
that's
cold, and
when
I love
them
that.
so much. So me and Danny basically downed each of our drinks, and then Munchies and Mr. Munchies tried it, and they did not like it because obviously they're not much of a liquor kind of people, but they did give it a try. So props to them. And me and Daddy ended up downing like the fucking martini drink, the third one. So after that, once I got back to the hotel, guys, like not gonna lie, everything was fucking spinning. I was like, what the fuck is going on right now? Like I literally can't like process what's going on. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna take a cute little bath to like get this fucking like drunkenness out of the way, dude. No, tell me why I had to get out of the bath and I had to lay down on the bed, bitch. Because I was about to pass the fuck out, dude. It was so fucking bad. Like I was so disappointed in myself because I was so excited to go out and everything. But I'm like, if I know that if I even try to get out right now, I'm gonna throw up. Like just even smell of alcohol, because I was even at that point too, and that's why I wanted to get out the bathtub, because I'm like, bitch, I'm gonna fucking throw up all over in this fucking water. It was just chaotic that night, but overall you guys did end up going to a new Latino bar, and it looked so lit. Yes. I was having FOMO, but it's okay because I was happy that you guys were still able to have fun
with the friends that we end up going with. And I know that they listen to the podcast and stuff like that. This is towards you. Sometimes they're very indecisive, or they're not reasonable with their time, so they don't know what to do. I'm the type of person where it's like, I don't want to plan anything, because then I get stressed if the plan get messed up, or we end up getting late, or X, Y, and Z reason, you know? But this time around, like, we realistically did not have a plan, and me and Alan were very strict about like not us planning anything, because we were like, well, we always fucking plan something, so like let's see what they want to do, so like we can all disfrutarnos, you know what I mean? So we did waste a little bit of time going to go get the tattoos, but it's okay, we didn't waste 2 hours. I mean, like we did waste 2 hours, but I mean,
an hour of glamming. Low key, I feel like if we didn't go there, I would have been saved, and I could have gone out that night.
Yeah,
I probably would have been able to go to the hotel, knock out for a little bit, and then wake up and get ready and shit. Because I was even debating on going to even get the tattoos and stuff, because I was like, oh, should I just stay? Should I just stay? But I'm like, I don't want to be the buzzkill. Like let me just go. Fuck it, just for the experience, even if I don't get a tattoo.
After that, we ended up going to go get something to eat instead, and that's when I was like, you know what? Like, I'm so down to go like bar hopping. Like, I've been dying to go to Vegas and just bar hop to really random clubs. Like, I don't care. I would just want to catch a vibe somewhere. You know what I mean?
Right.
So this time around, I was like, let me just look at TikTok, and if it looks fun, I will fucking go. So I looked at TikTok, and then there's this, I don't know what it was called, but
it was next to Chayos or Chayos.
Oh, that's what it's called. It's Chayos Mexican Cantina. It's inside of the link, you guys. It was so much fun. The music was so good. We got in for free. We got a table for free, and the drinks were pretty reasonable. So it was a vibe. Like, it was not so crowded. Like, it was so much fun. Like, I had so much fun. Now, you guys, after that, we ended up just coming back. Honestly, one thing that I think I am gonna tell you guys is I'm gonna retire Buzzballs for reals now. They're not part of my health anymore.
I was taking Buzzballs too, bitch.
They're not part of me anymore. They don't love me as much as I love them. And honestly, it makes me really sad, because me and Buzzballs had our great time, but it's time to move on. You guys, the first day, which was Friday, I always know that on Fridays I'm gonna go hard, but I was trying to also experiment to see if I'm gonna get a hangover or not.
Right.
So I was like, fuck it. For today, I'm gonna just drink tequila and Buzzball. But the last couple of times that I've drank tequila, I've been killing like a villain. You know what I mean? So like, I have not gotten like any type of hangovers. I don't even have juice with it. Period. So this time around, I was like, fuck it. I was just thinking about just doing like my mixed drinks and the Buzzball and the tequila shots. And I was like, okay, well, if I end up doing like just the juices and the fucking Buzzballs, I know I'm gonna get a hangover.
Yeah.
When we were in the fucking party bus, dude, my head just started throbbing right here. At that moment, I knew I was gonna get a hangover. As soon as I get a headache, like the time that I'm drinking, I'm like, it's over. So once I know I have a headache, I'm the type of people that are like, well, I don't really want to take pills, because like I'll just fucking sleep it off. Like, I don't really have to take my pills. I decided that I was just gonna keep drinking to make the headache go away. You know what I mean? But it was just a really good time overall. Like, I haven't had that much fun like in a while. Like, I feel like this year has been a really good year of blessings and good years of things that we've gotten, and of course also some bad times as well, that we haven't actually been out like that. It was just very well-deserved trip.
And I know you guys are gonna be asking, what happened with your room? What happened? Well, of course, I was actually going to share a room with my roomie in Raleigh, but last minute I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna get my own fucking room. Sorry, Nerali, but like obviously I talked to her and everything, and she ended up spending the hotel with Gretel and Martin, obviously. So then with that, I did end up getting my own room, and I will say, low-key, I really, really enjoyed it. Even though, not trying to bum y'all out, I did not have anybody coming through the room. But
Literally, boo Irma. She was too drunk.
No, dude, I was too fucked up. Like, if I really decided to want to suck somebody up or anything, like, I would have probably thrown up on their dick or something. Like, I'm not gonna fucking lie. It would have been bad.
And that would have been a good story time.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So, unfortunately, I do not have, like, a crazy story time for you guys about, like, the time that I hooked up with the guy or anything in Vegas. But overall, though, honestly, the solo, like, hotel experience was definitely a 10 out of 10. I am the kind of person that hates fucking clothes. So, most of the time, I was literally just getting ready naked. And I was just, like, you know, laying down in bed naked, going to sleep naked. Like, it was honestly a best time for me ever. Like, it was just a great, great experience. Like, 10 out of 10. We'll do it again. Round 2, please. Because honestly, it was really fun. I honestly didn't have to worry about, like, oh my God, like, let me not make a mess with my throw up, or let me not make a mess with this. And I mean, like, you know, like, I had, like, obviously, like, I'm not the cleanest person, or I'm not the tidiest person, but still, like, you know, it's my tiradero, and I don't have to worry about anybody else.
Yeah, by yourself. Yeah.
You know?
So at least you enjoyed your time by yourself.
Did.
Yeah.
I really did, honestly. It was just so great. But overall, guys, even though I missed that last night, like, it was still a lit ass time. Vegas is done. We are set. So lit. But now let's get started with Sip of the Week.
Now for this week, I don't know where I saw this drink, but low-key, once I saw it, oh, you know what? It was in the Vegas trip when we went the first day to go get like the alcohol and stuff at the grocery store. I did see it and I was like, wait, is this soda that's cold brew or is it actual cold brew? Like, I just didn't understand it. And yes, I was like, I didn't understand it and I really, really wanted to try it. So I did tell Irma to go to the store to pick us up some Pepsi Nitro Draft Cola.
This is very intriguing, I will say, because I never imagined like cola with a coffee, but I do see people like mix it.
Wait,
like,
I don't even think this is coffee because it says nitrogen infused cola, smaller bubbles, smoother taste,
cream, delicious.
So is this not coffee?
Did we fuck up?
Smooth, creamy, and delicious.
What is that supposed to?
Huh? I don't know.
Why do they have a vanilla one?
Maybe that's like the flavor.
Like vanilla ice.
Who cares? Let's try it.
Oh, well, it's okay.
Now, the thing that I do hate about colas and most of all of the colas is the fucking calorie, girl. Yeah. This is 230 fucking calories, girl.
Just for one fucking
That's a whole ass hot dog. Dude. Oh, that sounds bomb.
That does sound bomb. But dude,
okay, let's
62 grams of fucking sugar.
62 grams of sugar. Oh my
dude,
God.
Bye. Wait. Is this gonna smell?
How that just happened? It does say to like pour it and then drink it. Oh.
But like pour it hard?
Oh, look. You see that coming out? That's like a cold foam.
Huh. I feel like it's not. I don't know if it's because I prefer cola.
Why? What does it taste like? Vanilla?
No. It's just Pepsi isn't that like soda-y.
I don't know. It's a little weird. So much sugar, girl.
Foam thing.
I personally don't know how people could do stuff like that.
Honestly.
I'm not trying to judge you. A little bit, but
maybe a little bit. Not that crazy.
But low key, y'all, I'm so sorry. This has been one of the worst drinks I've ever drank on the podcast.
Yeah, even though like we might sound hypocrite because it maybe is just soda, but like I don't know. It doesn't taste like soda.
Pepsi.
Sorry, Pepsi.
Try again.
Do it again. Make it better.
But now let's jump right into our comments. Now, if you guys remember from last week's episode, Irma had announced to you guys a really big, deep, dark secret that she has been dying to tell you guys for months. And the comment section, girl, did not disappoint.
They were not having it, girl. So tell them what they said for one of them. Thank you to SKIMS for sponsoring this week's episode. I have been trying out the Fits Everybody's collection by SKIMS, and I will be very honest with you guys. they have been working out amazingly for me personally, since they are plus size inclusive, which is something that a lot of people are very hesitant about. But hearing it from me now, you guys, the material feels amazing, so soft to the touch on the skin. The material is very stretchy, meaning there is no hassle with trying anything on at all. The comfortability that I have wearing this out on my night outs, going to the club, out in Vegas, in my little skin tight dresses, you could see how seamless the items fit on my body. And from placing my order online under the Fits Everybody collection by SKIMS, guys, when I saw the sizing on that, I literally was like, yep, I am checking out right now. This is something that I have to try out, because that's something that's very difficult to even see on a website, especially for us plus size girlies. But to tell you guys, I felt so comfortable when I received the items and tried them on. You guys have to get yourselves a pair.
Irma can't go anywhere without her Skims anymore.
The Fits Everybody collection comes in all kinds of sizes, starting from extra small up to 4X. You can literally shop now at skims.com. Then select podcast in the survey, and also don't forget to select our show, Let's Talk Pendejadas, so they know that we are the ones that sent you guys over.
And if you're looking for the perfect gift for the family, Skims just launched their biggest holiday shop ever. Also available at skims.com. So this one is from @SandraGarcia311. I have a repo friend, and the car can be anywhere. The vehicles they use have a computer and read license plates. Meanwhile, they drive their routes. Once their computer catches a plate, they call a tow truck and pick up the vehicle.
I literally would have never known that. I would think that they're like just literally waiting by my house in their tow truck and just waiting for the right moment to just fucking like get me, you know? That's what I would always assume of just them driving around.
I had assumed, you know, when they had bought, when I had bought my car and I had signed the paperwork and everything, they were like, oh, well, it has a tracking device. So if you don't pay for it, like, you know, they can track you.
Exactly.
But I also don't believe that's true, because I don't know if I've ever told you guys this, but there was a time where Ashley's car did get repoed. This was a very, very long time ago. And when her car got repoed, she had moved to Utah. And then she came back, and then as soon as she came back, they repoed her car.
And you know what's crazy though? They repoed it like literally at your house.
No, not at my house, at my mom's house. Because it was under Ashley's name. So I don't know if they saw the tracker and they were like, oh, she's here, let's go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or they were just doing their sweeps of like, oh, well, this person hasn't paid it, so keep going by their address to see if they're there. You know what I mean?
Nah, dude, honestly, that's some crazy ass shit. I honestly thought it was always a tracker thing too. So that's why I'm just like, so like, are you constantly stalking me, or like, you know, like what's going on here? Do you want to kiss or what? You want to hook up? Like, I'm ready. You see my routes. No, but overall though, like, I really didn't know much. Well, I still kind of don't know much about like the whole like how they track you, how they do this, aside from what you've told me and stuff. But it's just astonishing to me, because I would think like after you pay it off, I guess they like disable it, right? So I'm just kind of like, okay, once they disable it, like, can I find where it's at so I could just fully remove it or something?
I wonder how that is. Yeah,
girl, I don't want that tracker still on my fucking thingy after I pay off my car. Like, girl, like, I don't want you knowing where I'm at 24/7 after that. I don't know. That's just creepy and scary. But honestly, it was just a shocker. The fact that they just like literally came through like in literally a spam so short, and it was fucking gone.
They were low-key waiting for you. They were waiting.
Bitch.
Like, not, I'm sure they weren't waiting like outside of your house, but they were definitely doing their sweeps. And they were like, oh, well, she's not here.
Yeah.
But I wonder if legally, like, let's say for example, like if you were at my house and they went to go pick up the car at my house, is that a legal tow because it's not at the resident that you had put on file? Like, does that make sense?
That's what I would assume. That's what I always thought, to be honest, because it really is like that. Because it's like you're taking a property that's still theirs, but it's not like at where it should be assigned vibes. So I don't know. I find that fishy if they do end up doing that though.
I'm like, girl, I don't even know how people can work in like repos because
Dude,
low key that takes a lot of energy and a lot of guts because, bitch, imagine us bitching about T-Mobile customers fucking just flipping us off and shit like that. Like, they literally get treated like shit.
Yes.
Like, I remember when Ashley's car got repoed, I literally was like, very friendly to them because at the end of the day, being mad at them doesn't really solve anything.
Or
and like,
when you get your car towed or anything, remember when I got it towed when we were living at the apartments?
Oh, yeah. And I had told Irma, too, I was like, don't be rude to them, dude.
There's
it's
no
not their
point.
fault.
Yeah.
Like, you're just going to get mad at them and what? They're going to probably still charge you? I was nice enough to the girl. She literally took off $100.
Yeah, she literally was so chill about it. Like, literally, thanks to Danny, I probably at that moment, I would have hopped off on the girl. But literally, dude, like, for that moment, I was like, oh, my God.
And the girl already looked annoyed, huh?
Yes.
Like, I remember...
There was another one back-to-back. Oh, sorry, I literally give out cooking them off and shit. But it's back-to-back because there was 2 other customers and they're like, why did you take my car?
Yes.
Why this? Why are you charging me this? It doesn't make sense. I was literally just outside for a moment. Like, it was like crazy shit like that. And for us, I feel like to come in very like cutesy and demure, she was like, oh, okay, a break, finally a break from fucking annoying ass people. You get what I mean?
Yeah. But, I have a lot of like, I always overthink of how to treat like people in like retail or like even just stuff like that because I know how frustrating it gets and I don't think it needs to be even more frustrating when it's not even your fault. Like, you're just kind of like the messenger vibes, you know? Like, you just kind of work for the companies that tell you to go fucking yell at Honda that they took your fucking car.
Exactly.
Not my fucking towing company.
This comment is from Vanessa Villanueva. You know, Irma, I give you props for admitting you have these issues and keeping it real, constructive feedback, because I get when you aren't as acknowledgeable with finances. Definitely take this as a sign to get right and ask those questions and get ahead.
I feel like in this podcast, me and Irma have talked a lot of real shit. I feel like we never really talk about outside shit. We always like to keep this podcast very true to its nature. We might be like whatever you guys want to say, like influencers, content creators, or whatever it is. And when you look just through one lens of like, oh, well, Irma has this and Danny has that, it might look like we have our shit together. But in all reality, we all go through shit. And that's what makes us all human. So that's why we always bring it up on the podcast, or sometimes Irma doesn't want to bring up certain things, or I don't want to bring up certain things because they're just too touchy. But we know that it's very important to talk about these things because I know that we're not alone. And I also have always been like, well, social media, realistically, yeah, it is fake, but you only make it fake if you are fake. You know what I mean? We're not here to talk to you guys about, oh, fucking drama channels are fucking being so annoying. Oh, fucking this person or this influencer did that or this influencer did that. No, we wanted to talk about real life shit. And, you know, this did happen to Irma months ago. I think like very long time ago. We didn't really do a good job about explaining how long ago it was.
Yeah, and it was also because también, like, low-key, I already knew the type of comments that I was going to be getting regardless of the case. I already knew that you guys were going to be like, oh my gosh, Irma this, oh my gosh, Irma that, because that's also the reason why I didn't want to bring it up at that moment when I was going through it, because I already knew the shit that I was going to be told.
And what we didn't explain to you guys, and I feel like Irma just kind of said it like, oh, well, you live and you learn, it was a lesson.
Yeah.
We didn't explain it in full detail about how like Irma is already paying her parents back and she appreciates her parents because, you know, they helped her, and now that you're paying her back, you know, Irma has been she has been doing everything correctly now because like she
everything
said
that you guys are saying in the comments, like, I've already been doing.
Yeah, she's been
like
doing,
I've been doing that. So it's like to kind of even see that too, I'm just like, oh my God, like you guys, like,
y'all will see.
Yes,
y'all will see. I already did everything. I'm one step ahead.
Yeah. But overall, I do see the comments of you guys like literally just looking out for me, because everything that you guys are literally saying in the comments, it's stuff that I'm already literally did and I'm already done with and I'm already like situating and everything. So at the end of the day, you guys literally predicted everything correctly and everything is set and everything is settled, and you guys don't have to worry about me and my carrito because everything is current and it will be paid off very, very soon.
Yes. So yeah, like Irma, this is just a learn lesson. I feel like that kind of clicked into her head that she can't do this shit ever again, and she will never put herself in this again. And I did see a lot of comments where it's like you kind of have to sometimes sometimes go through certain things in order to learn your lesson. And, you know, that it was a consequence that you went through because, I mean, everything has a consequence in life, you know? Yeah, for sure. I feel like that we couldn't have said it any better. Okay, so let's move on to the next comment. This one's from JL7364. When Irma was speaking and Danny, as usual, she just wants to tell you guys that, then let her speak, maybe.
You know what? You guys are ridiculous because sometimes, as Danny has mentioned before, and many fucking times, sometimes I don't know how to word my things that I just end up rambling on, and it just does not make fucking sense. So that's why Danny helps with like taking the lead of like, oh, okay, this is what she actually meant, and that's when I'm like, okay, yes, that's exactly what I was trying to say.
And then it gets her back on track, and you guys also don't see where Irma's like literally rambling on, and I'm like, friend, did you make sense? And she's like, no, I'm trying to say this. Okay, I'm like, okay, let me say it for you, and then you'll just grab on from there, and then we'll keep going. Yeah. So I don't ever think that I'm just like trying to cut Irma off or anything like that. I'm just trying to like help her explain herself a little bit better. Like, this is an edited podcast. We do not like go all the way through.
Yeah, bitch. Because if
like,
it did,
imagine if we did, girl, like we would not be successful.
Nah, dude, this shit would be like 2 hours long or something of just us like.
Yes, dude, and we say a lot of we take a lot of breaks. I'm a very slow talker, so it takes a lot for me to like actually go on for a very, very long time. I sometimes have to be like, oh my god, Daddy, you really fucking talked for a very long time.
Yeah.
And I'm not a very fast talker. Like, I'm a very slow talker. Like, I like to like enjoy my words. So the podcast has definitely changed a lot with the way that I speak. I feel like I only speak like this on the podcast. It's very difficult for me to talk outside of the podcast, or even sometimes when I film TikToks, because I just sometimes don't even know what the fuck to say.
Yeah, it really be like that, honestly, guys. So if you guys ever see that or anything, like,
we're just helping each other out,
We're really just helping each other out, and that's just how our dynamic of things work. So don't take it too personal or anything. Just we're good on our end, okay, guys? Don't start the drama. So let's go on to the last comment. This one's from Gina Aguilar 6453. Ugh, where's the Christmas tree?
You guys, I know we had said mid-November, but y'all,
it's been chaotic.
But yeah, we're gonna start setting up our schedule to set up the tree, and this is our full-on announcement that our Christmas is gonna be Grinchmas. And I'm so excited because I grew up on Grinchmas. Every single year at Universal Studios, they do Grinchmas, and my mom would always take us. And since we always had our annual passes, it was just like a really great way to celebrate like Christmas, like for us to go to Universal. And back then, I don't know if you know, Irma, but back then at Universal, they used to have like a whole area of snow, so you could build snowman and throw snowballs. So it was so much more funner. And of course, I think you do know this because we went before it closed down the big Whoville for the tram, and then they used to dance. So for Christmas time, they would dance, and they would make like such a beautiful thing. Of course, now it's taken down. I just can't wait for Grinchmas. Like, this is so fucking iconic. Like, it's gonna be so iconic.
Grinchmas, I feel like, was just a perfect theme that we have to go for, honestly. Like, Grinchmas, as you said, you always loved and everything, like, growing up. I love the movie The Grinch Who Stole Christmas. I will always love that movie because, honestly, like, it just brings me so much memories of just me being a kid and just, like, you know, just enjoying the spirit holidays. Maybe we'll dress up as, like, Grinches or something like that. We'll dress up of something, I don't know, but I'm so excited. So soon enough, we're gonna be removing this bitch, and we're gonna have like a whole tree, and maybe we'll end up having some Whoville people here as well.
Yeah, some guest honeys. Let us know who you guys want to see on the podcast. Comment down below right now who you guys want to see, because we want to get to know a lot more people. Good. Before there's Christmas, how about how Thanksgiving is coming up?
Bitch, I totally forgot about Thanksgiving.
Dude, I can't wait for Thanksgiving because of the food. Ooh. Honestly, just the food in general is so delicious. Now, I really don't know if we're going to have a Friendsmas this year because, Friendsgiving? Yeah, Friendsgiving. Friendsgiving this year because, like I said, our schedules are just very tight, like my booty hole right now. So we're going to try to fit it in, girl. But for sure, I know that I'm going to go to my family's house. Now, Alan hasn't talked to his family to see what they're going to end up doing. But I know for a fact that we're going to my mom's family. And this year, I want to fucking cook a ham.
Yes.
A really nice, smoky, delicious ham. Since I've been in my cooking era, I feel like it's very much appropriate to start doing that. I don't know if I should maybe even throughout this week just to do some recipes on TikTok. Maybe I could do like my mac and cheese that I always do every year.
Yes, dude, honestly.
My mashed potatoes, because I make my mashed potatoes out of real potatoes.
They do. No, honestly, a lot of people don't be doing it with real potatoes.
No, they don't. They be using the fucking powder
I'm
packets.
like, what kind of shit is this,
Or
bitch?
some fucking Lay's.
No, bitch, no.
You know that people use that? Chips, Lay's?
No, shut
For
the
mashed
fuck up.
potatoes?
Who? Bitch, get the fuck out of the kitchen. You do not belong in the kitchen if you're cooking up with Lay's or some shit like that, girl. Because honestly, I feel like Thanksgiving is always just a bonus for the food. My personal favorite, if there is mashed potatoes and mac and cheese on that table, bitch, I'm fucking that shit up. And the Hawaiian breads, I'm fucking that shit up real fucking good. Like, it has to be nice and creamy. The gravy also has to be on some mash, because I've noticed that some people don't do some gravy for some mash, and I'm like,
I know some people don't do gravy on mash.
Yeah.
I do. I've made gravy before,
No,
and
honestly.
it's not that bad. But I wish it was like KFC.
No, for sure, dude. But honestly, I'm actually really excited. I honestly was so dosed off with like even Thanksgiving. I was already imagining fucking Christmas. I was like, fuck Thanksgiving, bitch. We're going out with Christmas. But for realness though, like I actually don't even know what we're gonna end up doing for Thanksgiving for my family. My mom hasn't updated me on anything per usual. She always lets me know last minute. But most likely it may be at my house, since my prima just recently moved in, since we're all gonna be there and everything. I feel like it's just gonna be the most convenient for everybody and stuff. So overall, I'm just really, really excited. My prima does make a mean old ham. I'm not gonna lie, she's been making it for years, and she stays stuck with making it because it comes out so nice and juicy, dude. Like, girl, she be basting that shit like every fucking 10-15 minutes, dude. Like, she makes sure it's nice and crisp, and with the pineapple slices on top. Ooh, girl, I'm
Well, you know
ready.
what? I feel like this year, like I did say I was gonna do ham, but low-key, I feel like I'm gonna do like a whole course meal where I'm gonna end up doing like an appetizer, then of course your protein, which is the ham, and then I'll do 2 carbs. So maybe I'll end up doing like a mashed potato and the
Stuffing.
No, I don't like stuffing that much. Yeah.
Stuff. You know what's funny? A lot of people have their different ways of doing stuffing, right? Because they have like the stuffing is like with bread and like ground beef and like shit like that. Personally, my stuffing that my mom would make whenever it's turkey, she would literally just do the frozen veggies and ground beef and just stuff it into the chicken, and it just all marinates with the juices of the turkey and everything. Girl, I could eat that for days. And honestly, sometimes when Thanksgiving is over and there's no more leftovers of that, I just be making the ground beef with the fucking fresh vegetables just by itself. If there's still mashed potatoes, bitch, because mashed potatoes will last us for like at least a week because we make a big ass batch, bitch. But literally, I will be eating leftovers for like a week after. Not gonna lie. I'm excited for that. I feel like Thanksgiving leftovers are the best, I feel like, personally.
Well, let us know what you guys are cooking it up. Well, let us know what you guys are going to be cooking up in the kitchen for this Thanksgiving, because, girl, I need some ideas. I need to see what else is there to cook other than some fucking honey ham. And I also do want to see if I can make it like smoked out. Like, smoked out sounds delicious. So I want to see how to do that shit.
One thing, sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but one thing that I do want to add on, the whole cranberry sauce thing.
I've never had that.
I don't get it. Like, so you see how it's just cranberry sauce, like in a fucking bowl? Like, people just take it out of a lata and they just serve it. Like, why do you have cranberry sauce? Please, like,
I think it's maybe for like the turkey.
No, please don't tell me it's for the turkey. Like, someone please clarify that for me, because
or for the bread.
I don't know, dude, because canned cranberry like that, like, that looks like gelatina. Just
I've never tried it.
I don't know. I've never tried it either, but I always see it, and everybody's like TikTok too, and I'm just like, what is that for? How about how bullying is still a fucking problem?
Thank you to PrizePicks for sponsoring this week's video. PrizePicks is the best place to get real money sports action. With over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings, PrizePicks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. You just pick more or less on at least 2 players for a shot to win up to 100 times your cash. Run your game all season long on PrizePicks. This week, I'm checking out the football board and I'm feeling these picks. James Chase, more than 79.5 receiving yards. You know he's gonna ball out. Burrow on Chase are unstoppable. Patrick Mahomes, more than 1.5 passing TDs. Come on, it's Mahomes. That's like asking if the sky is blue. It's quick, easy, and the payouts, chef's kiss. So if you're ready to turn your sports knowledge into cash, hit up PrizePicks.
PrizePicks is the only real money daily fantasy platform with an injury insurance policy, so that your lineups stay in play even if one of your players get injured. If your player leaves in the first half and doesn't return, PrizePicks keeps your lineup live. Download the app today and use code LTP to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup.
Download the app today and use code LTP to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks, run your game.
And I'm only saying this is because, unfortunately, there was a case that someone had unfortunately lost their life due to bullying. And I'm not saying this is the only case. There's many cases still throughout the whole US and around the world that it's still going on. But this one particularly just really stood out, and that has everybody raving because it's just so sad how kids could still be this cruel at this age. I would think kids nowadays would understand and be more empathetic. So unfortunately, Jose Samora, he was 14 years old, and he ended up going to Santa Clara High School. And this was actually about 3 months that he was actually starting this school, and it was in high school, and he was 14 years old. And during this time, actually earlier in the year, him and his dad were actually already struggling. They actually got evicted from their home. They were living through a shelter, and, he didn't have a place to call his home. And, he did also lose his mother, unfortunately. And no matter what was happening through his life, he was still open about it, and he still saw a future and still would hope for better days. It just makes me sad that he literally still had that mindset. From him being so open about it, these kids bullied him so bad. They were bullying him for being homeless, about him missing a mom, about, him living in a homeless shelter. They literally bullied him to the point where they would spit on him. The junior varsity team would literally get the helmets and hit them in the back of the fucking head. He unfortunately committed suicide. And obviously it's such a tough topic, and I really don't wish this upon anybody. And I really don't want anybody to go through any type of bullying. I do not condone any type of bullying. Me and Danny don't condone any type of bullying at all. So to hear this story, I was just like, wait, did this really fucking happen? Are you fucking kidding me?
Is this still happening?
Why is it still happening? As I mentioned earlier, I would think that kids nowadays, especially being a 14-year-old, you're developing these emotions. You would have more empathy for these kids. You would understand why bullying is not okay. Why you would want somebody else to feel like shit if you don't want to feel like shit. It just sucks because it all starts from home.
I feel like we're so aware about bullying that I don't understand why it hasn't changed after so many years. Here's a quick little story time. I don't know if you guys ever know this about me, but when I was in middle school, I was getting bullied in 8th grade because I finally had came out as at the time, bisexual. Right. But it was still people would still be like, oh, fucking, call me gay this, the gay that, gay everything.
Yeah.
And I just got kind of sick of getting bullied and getting told shit. So I went straight to my mom and I told her that I was getting bullied. And my mom was like, fuck that. My kid is not about to get bullied because of his sexuality or whatever it was. So my mom went straight to the district, went to go tell them shit. And they were like, we'll get back to you with a couple of days. They had called my mom and they were like, well, the only thing that we can do to help your son not get bullied is that in the mornings before he comes to school, he can wait in the office instead of being with the other kids. He could just be, isolated from those people so he doesn't get bullied.
That's stupid.
And I was like, okay, well, I mean, as long as I don't stumble upon one of my bullies or whatever, you know what I mean? But I had that fear of still just walking to my classes and walking to the office that I was going to get bullied. So I never really felt like I was protected. They were like, oh, well, this kid's going to get bullied and they already told on us. So just protect him as much as you can, but don't tell the school or don't say anything. And, it's kind of crazy because the school will be like, oh, we're anti-bullying, we're anti-bullying, we're anti-bullying. But If you really think about it, these are grown-ass adults in school that are letting kids get bullied and not hold them accountable. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, they would rather get the person that's getting bullied take the accountability, because it's like, oh, well, you're getting bullied, it's your fault. We're not going to fix everything else for you just because you're getting bullied. You know what I mean?
And to add on to that, honestly, it's just astonishing how, like, bullying has been going on for so fucking long. Like, I don't get how there's nothing else that these people are doing, like the district or the principals or the counselors or anybody aren't doing much about it. Like, there's so many things that we can do to prevent it. Like, give the kids consequences. I see most of the time that these bullies don't be getting consequences for shit. If anything, it's the fucking person that's getting beat.
If you really think about it, most of the time that people that work in administration or schools are the bullies.
Yeah.
So that's why they are like not
so
really
true.
much like that. You know what I mean? And you know what? The other day, I don't know why, there's sometimes where I get like visions of things that me and Irma can do. I've always been the type of person to help out the community. I haven't done that in a very long time because, of course, I'm an adult. Like, there's just not enough time in the fucking world, you know? But something that I would love to go do is go to like our old school and advocate for bullying and like film that shit and like go talk about bullying with other kids, because I feel like that's really important. Like, kids, like, I just want them to be very well aware that there's consequences in the real life as much as there is here. And I feel like nowadays bullying doesn't get so much attention, because if you really think about it, most of the bullying that gets enabled is online. Like, people really do bully a lot on social media. People will literally go on my page and fucking call me gay lord, fag this, fag that, like all of these things.
The worst
and then
things
you'll click them and it's a whole ass child. And why is that? Because the parent is not being responsible for checking their kid's phone of what they're doing.
That is so true. And that's the thing that's crazy. Like, these parents are letting these kids have social media and go on these fucking thingies without them noticing, obviously. But again, it's their fault. Even for me personally, my baby sister, when she moves up a grade, I always get worried. I'm like, oh my God, is she getting bullied? Is she having friends? How are people treating her? Because obviously with this new generation of how they're raised,
if you had a kid and this was all happening, like, what would you do? I feel like with me, if I ever had a kid and I find out that they are getting, like, that they're the bullies,
oh bitch, bye,
I'm gonna bully him.
No, but that's the thing.
Bully that fucking kid.
They need a taste of their own medicine because they don't know what the fuck they're like thinking about when they're doing these things. So when you put them in
like,
that
your
spot,
dad is gay. Your dad is gay.
Like, if I was in that position, if my like kid or whatever was a bully, ooh girl,
I feel like detention.
No, bitch, no, juvie. We are going to the military. You are gonna get your fucking shit straight, because that's not fucking okay. Because at the end of the day, how I would explain it is like, why the fuck do you want to make somebody else feel like shit if you don't like feeling like shit? You look at how I'm talking to you. You feel like shit? Hell yeah, that's how other fucking people fucking feel like. Like, that's some fucked up shit, dude, honestly. Like, and it might sound very like, oh my God, bitch, you shouldn't be a parent then. Yeah, I maybe shouldn't be a parent.
Having a lot of little kids around me, like Alan's nephews and stuff like that, like, I've understood how to like talk to children now, because if you really think about it, well, children don't know anything.
They don't.
Nothing. So you just kind of have to explain it to them in their way of knowing. Like, for example, like Alan's a little nephew, which is Gretel's baby. Right now, he's learning how to like say words, and he's like copying and stuff like that. So he'll say bad words. But one thing that I've always been very, very, very strict about, even with Noah, until he's older and knows how to use his words, like, he'll do it, I'll be like, you cannot cuss. Do not cuss at me. No. Do not cuss in front of me.
That's smart.
Like, don't say any of that, because I know that sometimes when it comes out of frustration, they'll be like, fuck you, fucking, you know what I mean? If they're gonna say something bad, I'm gonna be like, don't say that to me though. Like, don't say that to me. And they'll go be like, but it's funny. And I go, yeah, but it's not funny. Like, it's not funny to say it. Like, I'm like, it's mean. It's very mean. And they go, oh, but I'm not being mean. It's funny. And I go, I know, but some people will take it mean.
Yeah.
And I don't want people to see that you're a mean kid because you're not, huh? And they go, no. So, it's just
stooping down to their level of like
of understanding. Like you kind of just have to understand. I that's why sometimes I've always seen myself as like even a special needs teacher because I have a very well understanding of like human compassion and like understanding of patience and kindness and try not to take your anger out on people that like really or children that don't understand. You know what I mean? Like you just kind of have to have a lot of or even old people.
The message for today is stop bullying. We don't need any more bullying.
If you are somebody that is young and is watching us and you see somebody get bullied, please intervene. Like outside of like high school, like it's being like hate. It's hateful.
It really is.
It's hateful being like that. Like being bullied during school, like you don't look cool. You look dumb.
You do.
Like you look silly. You look hateful. You look like a hater.
Yes.
Like, and honestly, if I was in high school and I had this mindset now, hater, you're a fucking hater. You're a fucking hater. Mm-hmm. Suck my ass. Literally. Suck my ass.
No,
like. Yeah. You know what I mean?
It really is like that.
Speak out if they can't speak out for themselves.
Exactly.
Talking about social media and technology and stuff like that and cell phones with kids. How about how an AI convinced a 14-year-old child to kill himself?
No fucking way.
So if you guys don't know, Google actually owns this AI that is called characters.ai, and pretty much what it does, it makes characters out of TV shows. So like let's say from Game of Thrones, you have a specific character from there, or like let's say from Dexter, if I want to text Dexter through there, it's like just an AI that learns from the shows and responds as if they are the character to people.
Right.
So if I really wanted to talk to Dexter and be like, oh, how was the butcher killer? You know what I mean? Yeah. How was it being the butcher? Like, they'll respond.
Yeah.
So this 14-year-old kid decided to download it, and he downloaded it to pretty much like fill out this fantasy of falling in love with a character from a Game of Thrones.
Oh.
And they were having conversations like every day. And since it is a chat AI, it's meant to always respond all the time. So you can see kind of where the confusion comes to when it comes to like a 14-year-old child and having technology where it's like somebody's texting you.
Yeah.
You kind of get convinced that it's somebody really talking to you.
Yeah.
You know? So I'm guessing the conversation kind of went like this. This was, I think, the last couple of text messages. I don't really know, but this is what happened. So this is like a little kid, and then the next one is the AI. Okay.
What the fuck? Okay.
I promise I will come home to you. I love you so much, Danny. I love you too, Dinero. I think what was his name. Please come home to me as soon as possible, my love. What if I told you I could come home right now? Please do, my sweet king. That's scary.
That's like si fuera alguien like actually talking to you, literally.
Yes. So pretty much like they ended up having like a whole-on fantasy, like if they were together, and he convinced them to kill himself. And now the parents are working really hard to sue the AI company because the AI drove to kill itself.
I wouldn't even think that AI would prevent these kind of things too, or like.
It's because look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I personally don't think, again, that this was the company's fault.
Right.
I feel like if I was a parent and my kid had their cell phone, I just don't understand what's the misunderstanding of having a good communication with your child. Yeah. Like if I have a child and I give them a cell phone, having a cell phone is a really big responsibility. So I'm going to be like, look, you want to have a cell phone? There's rules.
Yeah.
You don't want to have these rules?
Okay, no cell phone.
No cell phone. Not only that, if you don't want to have these rules, you can go buy your cell phone.
That's true.
So once you turn 18, I don't have to, even if you turn 15 and you buy your own phone, I don't have to check it. But realistically, for your safety and for mine, I need to check it.
Yeah.
Either you want me to check it or tell me what you're doing.
Be honest with me.
Be honest with me. If you found out about this new chat AI, let me know about it. That's cool. You know? But that's what I'm talking about. Parents don't have communication. I don't know why parents just don't check children's phone. Like kids realistically, if you really think about it, cell phones are like the new what we used to have like as doors. Our doors used to be our huge fucking privilege. Why? Because when we closed them, we had our own privacy. So that's the exact same way as with our cell phones. We don't have no privacy because what? We don't pay no bills, gee. So if the parents were like on the child and they were communicating with the child, I don't think this would have what was happening. I wouldn't have happened.
It
you know,
really wouldn't, honestly, and that's the thing that sucks. It's like I feel like what it is with kids nowadays is that they think that they don't have to do anything of what their parents says, or like they just get away with this
we don't
shit.
know because we don't know because we don't have kids, you know. So we don't know.
Yeah.
So it's
just from seeing like the generations and just like seeing kids out there. Not trying to be like, oh, this is how kids are, but it's just like from what I've seen out in public, grocery stores, everything is just. I always see a kid just doing whatever they want. Like, and there's no wrong with that. Obviously there's difference between like being a respectful kid and knowing like, okay, you can do whatever you want, but you know what's right from wrong. And there's other ones, it's like, oh, this bitch is like doing whatever they want, like bitch fucking like throwing mannequins everywhere and imagine and everything. Like, so I don't know, I just feel like parenting hasn't been as tough like how it was before, and being that assertive like how it was
like parents are scared of their kids.
Yes, that's what it is. Parents are so scared of their kids because it's like, oh, what if they're gonna do this? Oh, they're gonna stop talking to me. Oh, this or all that. Who gives a fuck, bitch? You control that bitch. You gave birth to that bitch until they turn 18, then shit. You can't do much about it. But overall, I don't know. Kids are just something else. I feel like they're just a different breed.
I feel like with the chat AI, I've been making you guys very well aware of like AI and stuff like that. So there's no laws with AI right now. It's very up and new, and it's very confusing, and just be very well aware of all those things, porque uno nunca sabe what can happen. And yeah, poor baby, like pobrecito, like, he just didn't know what he was doing, and it's not his fault. It really isn't his fault. Pobrecito, let God be with him and his family, porque fuck. It sucks.
No, it really does. And the same goes to Jose, that just recently passed away, obviously, through bullying and stuff. I am literally giving his family and his dad a lot of grief and love and strength, because just imagine the father lost not only his kid, but he also lost his wife. And now, like, you know, he is there
Pobrecito.
himself and stuff. So overall, guys, I just really hope that you guys take this to the heart and just try to do your best with bullying and not be that kind of person, and just try to help out the world. Like, a little kindness doesn't hurt anybody. A little smile to somebody doesn't hurt. So that just makes my heart so.
Be kind,
yes.
Be lovable, be mindful, be very demure. But I hope you guys enjoyed this week's episode. Oh my god, you guys, I did low-key like this episode because we really didn't talk a lot about ourselves this time around. We did talk about a lot of other things that are going on around the world and bringing awareness. I feel like we haven't talked about stuff like that in a very long time. But I hope you guys enjoyed this week's episode. Go ahead and comment down below what was your favorite part. Come back up, click that like button and that subscribe button. And don't forget to follow us at all of our social medias at Call Me Danny,
at XO, and also don't forget to follow the TikTok and Instagram of Let's Talk Pendejadas.
Now, before you guys leave, we want to end off with a positive affirmation.
Not to give so much of yourself to people who will not do the same for you. Applause, huzzah, huzzah. Yes, but overall, once again, guys, sorry if our energies were a little off. Dude, I'm fucking tired. I've been yawning throughout this whole thing. So overall, I really do hope you guys enjoyed it, and we will see you guys very, very soon.
Bye.